All right, everybody, welcome to the Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023 occurrence of combined work group meeting. So first up on the agenda is Istio 119 Beta 1 release. Callie, you want to speak to that?
Sure. So Beta 1 was built and published. So please test that out. And then also today's the last day if you want any changes in for the 119 release. Code freezes tomorrow. So I'm going to start the RC process tomorrow as well. And then following that, the official release is scheduled for August 29th.
Thank you for the update. So I don't see any other agenda on the notes here. Do folks here have anything to discuss?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm finishing my internship. So I wanted to thank everybody for all your support and help throughout these last 12 weeks. It's been really great.
Excellent. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else? Okay, going once, going twice. What? You're on mute, by the way.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to bring back the topic about base image update for the proxy. There is a PR to bump the minimum requirements for the Pro binary that we ship to something newer than Xenial 1604, which is way past its end of life. And I think there's a risk there that we can break VM deployments of Istio for older images. But it's not clear to us in the PR. John asked a question about what we're upgrading to. I mean, this PR has been open for like many months, so I would hope it's going to be at least 20 now, not 18. So we're making a jump from 1604 to 2004. So my question is anyone actually using does anyone actually need such an old kernel, base image for raw binary? And if you do need, can you speak up? Because otherwise we're just going to proceed at this point, since it's been up for a long time.
Hey, Quad, what's the link to the PR?
1 second.
I have it up. I just sent it.
Okay. So should we just ask folks anyone watching this recording or folks here, just have them comment in the PR if they do rely on 1604?
Yeah, that would be fine. Whoever thinks it's important should speak up, because we didn't get any feedback, and it might be just there's not enough awareness.
Okay. Do you want to set a deadline that if we don't hear from folks by a certain date, we're just going to go ahead?
So what's the user? Do they have to watch out the operating system version for Ubuntu, or?
Yeah, they need to use more or less recent OS, Debian or Ubuntu. I think John said it's Debian 10 and Ubuntu 2004. 2004, not 24, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maybe we can ask this in, I wish we have a feedback channel in Istio, because general channel is pretty much dominated with questions. Maybe we can ask in announcement or something, or create a feedback channel.
I don't think it's
well,
really.
There is a maintainer channel, right?
But
Yeah,
it's
not-
you,
no,
right?
we don't want user feedback. We want someone to maintain it if they care enough about selling
Yeah.
it to their users. Like as an open source project, there's no reason for us to support an operating system released 10 years ago, right?
How about the
Bionic is-
contributor channel?
But everyone's here. I mean, we have all the vendors here. So
Right. It's a question to distributors and vendors, really, not to the end users. End users will ask their vendors to support whatever they need, but
Yeah.
vendors need to maintain and contribute to the upstream to support these older versions. Otherwise, it's a lot of manual work.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
to be honest, I would go as far as to say we should do this even if vendors want it, because we had some agreement in the past that the path forward to this would be that if you want to use old things, that you do it in Docker. And we just wanted, initially we were blocking this on someone writing the tests and docs for how to run Istio on VMs on Docker. And I still think that's path forward. And so the thing would be that if a vendor wants to run on these old versions, then they should go do the Docker thing. But regardless, we should do this. So I'm in favor of pushing this no matter what, if people want to support it or not, basically.
So you mean on the VM, they were just using run proxy in Docker, which do we have instructions on that? I don't recall.
No, that's the issue, is that I think that well, at least I think some others agree. And we had some discussion of this in the past, and we said this was kind of what we wanted to do. The best way to run Istio on a VM is in Docker, if you can. And at the very least, the best way to run a new Istio on an ancient VM is on Docker, because you avoid this issue. But the issue is we don't have any docs or tests. So we had initially said we should go add docs and tests for running Istio on a VM in Docker, and then we can go merge this PR. That was a long time ago, and no one stepped up to do it. So I think it's fine that we just drop support for the ancient VMs, and if someone wants to invest effort into adding them, they can go add the Docker docs and tests. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So we're recommending something which we think it works. We don't have a document yet. If somebody is willing to contribute.
So regarding the date, I assume unless somebody speaks up in the next couple of weeks, we'll just proceed. And it's really just the new version of Istio coming up. It's not 1.19, it's 1.20.
I feel like at least me personally, am comfortable with approving this PR as is. And I feel like I was one of the people that was pushing back more than others. And we've talked about this actually for many months. So, I mean, unless there's objections, I'm fine with moving forward.
Yeah, we can do that too. And if somebody speaks up, we can always revert. But it's been up there for like many months, at least 9 months. So I don't think it's something substantial will change in the next week.
I did have one quick question on it. Was there a reason that ARM is focal instead of Bionic?
I don't remember. There's some difference in the what they ship.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I don't think we have ARM VM users that are on old operating systems. That's a weird combination of very new thing with very old thing. So
yeah, so the ARM thing situation is also a bit unclear. Like to what extent we support ARM is this a sort of nowhere to be documented. I mean, for a long time we didn't have FIPS on ARM, and that was never to be found. So it would be nice to have some kind of statement what it means to have Istio on ARM, what exactly works, what exactly doesn't.
So for courtesy, shall we post this on the Slack contributor channel and give folks a couple of days, say until this Friday? Or do we just want to pull the trigger now? Anyone?
I think we asked for apologies instead of for permission. We've had so much time to deal with this, and I think it's time to move forward. Like, this is not the first time. This is actually the third time we brought this up, and every time we keep saying we'll give people a few more weeks, and no one's spoken up. So I just approve the PR. I assume that's all you need from me or this group quad, or is there anything else as well? Thanks for pushing on this, by the way. This is annoying, but good, good to see we're moving forward.
No, thanks. That's all I had to bring up here.
Yeah, I hate glibc. Anyhow, thanks. Hopefully that makes things easier for the proxy side.
Alrighty. So that's that one. Any other topics?
Just FYI,
Right.
I won't be at the ambient meeting.
Well, going once, going twice. George.
Hey, anyone want to talk conformance? Hello?
Yeah, what I guess we're
Yeah, I filed this issue in the community repo here, and I'm kind of just wondering, I think you all discussed about it, and then I had to cycle out for a little bit, but just give you there a second.
Oh, sorry, I thought I had responded to this. Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit in the steering. It was in 2 weeks where most people were out, so it wasn't necessarily a complete decision.
Yeah.
But the general consensus was we were a bit worried about doing anything now, given there's quite a bit of changes going on in the project
Okay.
with Ambient and the Gateway API. Like, it felt hard to, like, there's one thing to have conformance from the beginning, but it's hard to add it for a very established API and product that has an absurdly large feature set with dubious feature status of what's experimental and not. And there's already a lot of effort in the new, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's kind of brand new, this new enhancements subgroup that's kind of working to make the feature status and like what's supported and what isn't more clear.
Sure.
So we thought that right now the investment's better spent there, and maybe for in the future, if we want to move forward on this, do it for like focused on Ambient and the Gateway API and kind of the newer API surfaces.
Okay, awesome. I was going to say you don't have to answer now. I just if you could put that in the issue. Wait, do you want me to maybe come back next cycle, or what? I mostly just want to let you know I'm standing by if you need me, or I could punt, or whatever. But you could do that async through GitHub.
Yeah, sounds good. I will respond on the issue.
Oh, awesome. And is anyone going to be at KubeCon? I'd love to just kind of hang out and get to know the new process and all that stuff. And if
I will
possible.
be there.
Okay. All right. I'll come find you then.
Well.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
okay. Does anyone have any other topics? All right. If not, let's call today's meeting concluded. Talk to you all later.